Today we're going to do something completely different, and it's going to be only an unboxing, but thorough unboxing with loads of details just for you guys to know what you can expect from Jonsbo N1 NAS case. And this is quite interesting for me, especially because I really love NAS designs and NAS cases, especially since I own one myself, but unfortunately I only have 2 hard drives, and this right here supports up to 5 hard drives, which is just outstanding. So today we're going to talk about, as already stated, Jonsbo N1 NAS case, and we're going to go into details so you know everything about it and what to expect, and that's it. So let's go. First of all, and most important thing, the whole chassis, the outer part at least, is brushed aluminum, which looks quite outstanding and really slick, clean design with loads of holes on each side for great ventilation, so that's outstanding. The front, on the other hand, doesn't have those holes, but it has some sort of an opening here on the sides, which is quite enough for airflow through the chassis and giving your hard drives enough air for cooling. The front I/O panel is quite interesting because you have a power on button, you have USB 3.0, you have USB Type-C, and you have 3.5mm jack, which is just cool to have on a NAS case, and that's quite nice. Now this is the interesting part right here. This is the rubber part that keeps the NAS case stable on your table, and it's completely different from anything you ever seen, just because you can do this. And you have 4 additional feet at the bottom, which also have a rubber feet at the bottom for keeping the case stable. But as you can see, this now makes more sense because it has a quite outstanding design. And if this case takes up loads of space placed horizontally, you could place it vertically and have it like this. Really nice design, love the outer part, and without a doubt something refreshing, I would say. Now let's go at the back. First of all, if you want to access the back panel, well, first of all, if you want to access the inner part, you have to untie the screw right here at the back, which is a large thumb screw, and basically you can pull everything out as it is. Now the inner part isn't necessary anymore because everything you need is right here. So let's check it out. This is the fan, and I think this fan is actually the same as on the HX 6250, so 140 times 140 times 25. The RPMs go up to 1700, which is quite alright, and I think the airflow can go nicely through the hard drives to your miniITX motherboard. Now, since we have 5 hard drive slots for hot swap, we have at the bottom also, and to access it you have to flip it around. You can connect the fan directly to the PCB board for your hot swap hard drives. You have 2 Molex connectors for your power, and you additionally have 5 SATA connections. So the one thing to mention is standard miniITX motherboards, for instance the ones that I have right here, B550 Phantom Gaming from ASRock has 4 SATA ports, and from MSI Z490i Unify also has 4 SATA ports. So either you'll have to acquire a specific motherboard that supports up to 5 SATA ports to connect all of them. On the other side of the motherboard, you have a possibility to mount an SFX power supply up to 150 millimeters. The CPU cooler height is up to 70 millimeters, and you have a maximum display card length right here at the bottom, so you connect it directly to the motherboard. There's no riser, there's no nothing. The length is up to 185 millimeters, which is low profile. It's a single slot, so you could definitely squeeze in some small GPU right here, which could be used as a display card. Now, some Technical specifications: the external cover is made out of 3mm aluminum alloy and the internal structure is 1mm steel. For drive bays, as I already stated, you can place up to 5 3.5-inch hard drives, and right here near the power supply you have a possibility to mount one 2.5-inch SSD. So basically this is how it would look bare bone without the outer cover, and here at the bottom you have all the possibility to reroute the connections for the SATA connectivity, for the SATA data cables, and for the two Molecs that you need to connect. All in all, if you're into something like this, where you're looking for a NAS system that is quite nicely designed, and of course with 5 hard drives, you're most likely going to go with either RAID 5, RAID 6, or even, I don't know, for some strange reason 10. But this is quite cool just because it gives you an option to place 5 hard drives, even an SSD, 2.5-inch, but you might as well go with M.2 on your motherboard if it's supported, of course. You can place a small low profile up to 185mm graphic card, which could fit quite nicely right here. I'm not quite sure how much would there be space for airflow here at the bottom, but those low profile cards are most likely with passive heatsink, so you don't have to worry about airflow, since this fan can blow quite nicely through the whole chassis and blow it up. The only thing that concerns me when you place it like this, the fan is blowing from the top to the bottom. I would most likely try and to test it out and to revert it so it kind of creates a chimney effect, taking out the hot air from the whole chassis and up towards, but that's up to you. Of course, one more thing, the legs are about 3 centimeters of height, so you have enough space to get all the cables connected for the motherboard, for the graphic card if you're going with some HDMI or DisplayPort, if those low profile cards actually have those. And of course, for the power supply you do need to connect the power supply header. So my advice, if you're checking this thing right here, and I'm calling it a thing because it's completely different than anything I've ever did, we have a possibility to leave the feet right here. You mount it back inside when you're done building your NAS station, place it back in, lock it up with your thumb screw, and if you have space, leave it like this. The feet won't bother you at all, but if you don't have space, just do it like this and that's it. It's quite cool design, I do have to admit. Really solid quality, aluminum 3mm, brushed aluminum 3mm of thickness. The inner part is 1mm, but still it really does scream quality, just as the Jonsbo i400, which was also on the standing case. And I can see the resemblance when we're talking about quality and design and final finish. There's no flaws in manufacturing. Everything that you see from the close-ups is what it is, and that's it. So guys, unfortunately I didn't have 5 hard drives and I didn't have a motherboard that actually supports 5 SATA cables, but I wanted to present to you this product because it's quite interesting, and for some of you guys that really are after an outstanding design, maybe go with a low profile card, making it as some extreme HD PC with loads of movie series or whatever, or just using it as an additional storage next to your PC. Maybe you go with this one. And of course I do need to mention the dimensions. So we have the width is 170mm, the depth is 354mm, and the height is 270mm. It's not a small NAS case for sure, but since we're talking about 5 hard drives and you can mount additional SSDs and a motherboard, low profile card, power supply, you can actually do something really nice with this. And for the capacity and everything, when we take into consideration other cases with these dimensions, you can't place 5 hard drives, that's for sure. So guys, I'm placing the links below for more details. If I missed something, if I skipped something, you can check out the details, and of course the links where to buy it. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, also click notification bell for future videos, and hopefully I will see you in those future videos. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye bye.